Hey, what's up YouTube? Josh here coming at you, and I got my very first deck profile for my channel coming at you right now. Um, this is going to be my Lightsworn deck, specifically Clownblade Sworns. It's a fun deck. I've been playing Lightsworns for a long time, like ever since they came out. I've loved these cards. I'm also a Cosmo player. I just need Dark Destroyers, and I'll post a video of that too in the future. Hopefully, I can find a few of those. They're too expensive though. um, but yeah, this is my other deck that I run, Lightsworns. These cards are awesome. It's a fairly cheap deck depending on the rarities that you get of everything. So it can be affordable for players, and it's just fun. They've been around for a long time, and I'm glad that they've been getting new cards, well, fairly new. And yeah, guys. So to start off, of course, three Judgment Dragon. This guy is the boss monster of the whole thing. I mean, it blows up the field as long as you pay life points, and yeah, not much else to say. I think we all know about him. Uh, three Lumina. Arguably the best card. I don't even know if it's arguable. Really, she is the best card. Gotta run three. She's one of the main cards of the whole deck, along with Raiden. Three of him. Um, Warrior Tuner gains 200 attack for each um, Lightsworn that's milled, and you can mill in the beginning of your turn, which is nice. Um, Lumina and Raiden plays all day basically. And by the way, shout out to Joseph Sparks. He inspired me to change up my Lightsworn deck to the Clownblade version, and it's working out really, really, really good. It's really fun and it's consistent. So yeah, special shout out to Joseph Sparks. Check out his channel. You can type him in the search bar and his video should pop up. Um, so next we got two Minerva. She's really good. She's another tuner. Late game, I guess. She can even help you get your Judgment Dragon. So she's just all around really cool spellcaster. Wolf, two of him. What to say about Wolf? 21 beater. If he's milled, you can summon him. So, I mean, he's good to have. He's a level 4, which is also good for some rank 4 plays. LOL, 4 play. um, Gareth, whatever. Just a beater and another Lightsworn name in the graveyard for you. Jane, same thing. Beater for the name. One Lila, two is pretty good as well. I just cut down the one, although you can run two. Uh, Destroy some back row, which this deck needs. You don't play a lot of defense or traps or spells. It's a lot of monsters, so back row destruction's always good. Arcus, mainly for the name. Fairly good defense. Um, Effect isn't bad either. And then we have a Shire. Fairy effect, mainly for the name again. Um, and then we have two Honest. Gotta run him. Your whole, I mean, all your Lightsworns are light, obviously, and he can just disrupt your opponent and give you an advantage and even help you go for game. For the clown part of the deck, we have one damage juggler, and we have two trick clown. I mean, what to say about these guys? They're great cards. They set up your exceed plays. Their effects activate when they're milled to the graveyard. Um, it's just crazy how well they fit into this deck, along with two heroic challenge or heroic challenger Thousand Blades. Uh, Yeah, I have combos, rank 4s, summon him when he's in the graveyard. You don't use his first effect, but yeah, Clownblade part of the engine right here. It's great. And then for some of the dark and non-Lightsworn cards, we have two Para. Um, this card, Joseph Sparks ran this. I looked it over because I actually wasn't familiar with this card. Oh my god, it's so good. When you take battle damage by an opponent's card effect, or when you take battle damage or by an opponent's card effect, and this card is in your graveyard, you can banish this from your graveyard, target one card on the field, and destroy it. What? It ends up in your graveyard easily with all the milling. And then you can just pop a card. So, sick card. Had to run it after I found out about this guy. Um, 3 Necro Gardener. Defense. Staple. He's always been a staple in Lightsworns. Negate attacks. Stops your opponent. Can let you get through one more turn. And same with Bacon Saver. Basically the same effect as Necro, but you can only play one. Uh, you can only use the effect of Bacon Saver once per duel. So no point in running more than one. But you basically have 4 Necro Gardeners, which I'll take that any day. Uh, Last monster. 2 Rainbow Karibo. This card is sick. If there's a monster you're having a hard time with, this guy can just basically not have him attack. And yeah, that effect activates when he's in the graveyard. You can summon him and equip him to your opponent's monster, and they can't attack. So, good card. Again, great defense. Moving on to the spells. 3 Solar Recharge, staple in Lightsworns. Discard 1 Lightsworn monster, draw 2 cards. Then send the top 2 cards of your deck to the graveyard. So this helps you get what you need and maybe something you need in the graveyard as well. So draw power, always nice. And then 2 Charge of the Light Brigade. Again, another staple. And we have 2 Monster Reincarnation. Basically, just to get your Judgment Dragons back. They can end up in the graveyard. And, you don't want that. So, staple again. I think every Lightsworn deck plays 2 to 3 copies. And then the only trap, we have 2 Beckoning Light. Again, this card's kind of a necessity. Sometimes you can open up with things you don't want in your hand, things you want in the graveyard. So this is good to just discard what you have and then add the same number of light monsters from your graveyard to your hand. So helps you, again, get your Judgment Dragon back or maybe some other Lightsworns that you need, along with sending cards you don't want in your hand to the graveyard. So that's the main deck. Extra deck. Moving on. We have 3 Michael. This might seem like a little overkill. And it probably is. You're probably right. But I have 3 of them. I just thought, why not put them all in the deck? It's like a mini Judgment Dragon. This guy and Judgment Dragon are just awesome cards. And yeah, I could probably do 2 or even 1, but for right now it's 3. Just because. Black Rose. Not much to say. Armedes. This card's just a sick synchro. He's kind of impractical to make, but it is possible, and I don't know, I've just always liked this card. And then Goyo. Level 6, take control of an opponent's monster. Gotta have them. Castell, Carrington. These are like all the level 4s basically. Constellar, Omega. He's basically just a 2400 beater for this deck. You don't really use his effect, but he's just there. He's a high attack. He's a light. He fits with the deck. Made with 2 level 4 light monsters, so I don't know. I just thought I'd put him in there. Number 39 Utopia, just because, again, it's a light, it's a warrior, it's a level 4, it goes with the deck. Heartland Draco. This card is just awesome. 2000, easy to make, 2 level 4 monsters. You can attack your opponent directly. I just love this card. I recently got him, and I thought he'd be fun in this deck, and he'd be good. And I love the art, so yeah, I just put him in the deck. And then we have Abyss Dweller, Rhapsody, and Berserk. Trapeze Magician to go for the clowns. You can make this guy with your clowns. Such a good card. This card's sick, along with 104 Masquerade. Oh man, these 2 cards. I had these in my Necros deck, and once that deck got hit by the ban list, I kind of put it off to the side until I figure out something or a different version of it, or the deck might be dead for good. I don't know. Probably not though, but I added these cards and all the clown cards to my Lightsworn deck, and I like Clown Sworns a lot better than Clown Necros. But anyways, guys, these cards are just so sick together. They can just help you out and make you win the game. All thanks to the Clown Engine. Side deck isn't the best, but this is what I got. I don't really... this is still a work in progress, but we have 2 Consecrated Light. I know this card, you're probably like, what the heck, why? But to be honest, this side deck's... I've had like the same side deck since Lightsworns came out, with a few changes obviously, but this card's just always been in there. It was better when Shaddolls were more prevalent, I guess, but with I haven't played against any since the new list, so and I guess I haven't played against Cosmo with or I haven't sided in Consecrated Light against Cosmo, but I just think this might be a good card still. But it was good like 1 and 2 formats ago. Effect Veiler. Just for... I mean, I think we all know what Effect Veiler does. Spellcaster, tuner, and he's a light, so good card to have. Again, more defense. Retaliating Sea. We have 2 Mystical Space Typhoon. I wouldn't mind running a 3rd one because, again, back row can be kind of a pain for this deck. But for now, 2 MST. Lightsworns, Sanctuary. Kind of messing around with this. It's better than I thought it would be. I might take these and the Consecrated Light out. I'd like to add probably 2 Max Cs and an MST, and then I'm currently running 2 Decrees, but we'll get to that. Maybe a 3rd Decree as well. But for right now, I'm kind of messing around with this, kind of liking it. And again, I just kind of had the cards in my binder, and I thought, oh, why not try it out? So, Torrential just opens up the field. Sometimes you want your monsters in the graveyard. I don't know. This card's just good. Helps you clear everything and maybe go for game the next turn. Or that turn. Threatening Roar. More defense. And we have 2 Decrees. It's nice when you can just not worry about traps. destroy your opponent's monsters. And then, like, if you have Judgment Dragon, get him out. Decree is up, so you don't have to worry about a mirror force or anything like that. Uses a, I don't know. There's just, Decree's awesome. It makes you just not have to worry about anything like that, any traps. Back row. So this deck is basically just, um, your Lightsworns, and there's more defense in this deck than previous versions of Lightsworns that I've done, and I've been waiting for uh, this deck to, you know, have help in that area, and the side deck helps with destruction of spells and traps and the negation of spells and traps, along with stopping your opponent from attacking. So, and their effects going off. But yeah, it's still a work in progress. There's things I like about it and things I don't. Maybe if I change it up or change the deck up again, I'll have a version 2.0. For right now, guys, that'll do it for me. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think of this deck. Let me know what you think of Lightsworns. I'd love to hear from you and any feedback you have. Hope you enjoyed my first deck profile, and I will talk to you guys soon. Peace out, guys.